Hey guys, it's Paul Jack with PJ Soccer here. Today I want to talk about what it's like to work for Soccer Shots, and this is something I've been meaning to do for a couple weeks now. Just haven't gotten around to it. Been busy with soccer, shocking. And so I thought, let me do this video now. But just to give you an idea, or to give you a little background on Soccer Shots, if you've never heard of them, they're a company that honestly I can't remember how long ago they were established, but maybe 10 years ago or so. I'm not totally sure on that. Their website probably has it. I should have looked it up, but they're a relatively new company, I think. Not brand new, but they're pretty new. Probably within the last decade, I believe. Because I don't believe my kids, I have a 13-year-old and I have an 11-year-old. My son's 13, daughter's 11. My kids went to a daycare that they're actually at right now. Soccer Shots. Soccer Shots, they work in daycares. They do after school programs, and then they also do public park stuff where kids will come with the families or whatever. Parents bring their kids to the park, and they'll participate at a certain time of the day and all that. So but I remember, yeah, they're in a daycare that my kids were in, and I do not remember them ever having signups for it. So I'm pretty sure within the last 10 years the company was created. So about that, maybe 10, 15 years. Maybe they were just weren't down in this area too. I live in Maryland. They started in Pennsylvania, two guys from Pennsylvania that played college soccer and thought, hey, saw a need, said, hey, when, there needs to be stuff for kids 2 to 5 years old. Now their programs are 2 to 8 years old, but, they do after school stuff, but they saw a need definitely for the 2 to 5 year olds, and they're right. There's really not much. Your local rec department might have stuff to like introduce kids under 5 or 6 to soccer, but there's really nothing that nothing like Soccer Shots out there. And I think it's a great idea. And they're all over the U.S. They have some in Canada, I believe, too. But if you go to their website, I believe it's soccershots.com, I believe, or just type in Soccer Shots in Google search. But they they're a great company to work for. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. You probably say, well, Paul, of course you said that you work for them. Well, I mean, obviously, honestly, if they weren't a great company, I would definitely wouldn't be making this video, that's for sure. Or I would probably make one about how bad they are after I quit. But I work for them. So no, it's funny because I got hired there pre-pandemic, like February 2020, and a friend of mine saw the job listing. He said, Paul, this would be a perfect job. This on Indeed. There was a job listing on Indeed. He said, Paul, you'd be perfect for this. Said because I have a lot of history of working with kids, whether it's at my old church or just I have my own kids. I've been coaching my son's soccer team since he was 5 or 6. So I've worked with kids now ages 2 to 14. I coach a rec team that's 11 to 14 years old. So I have a lot of experience with kids. I love kids. I love working with them. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, nonetheless, I applied for the job. I did like a little tryout, I guess, coding tryout. I had an interview and everything and got the job. Then, of course, the pandemic came. And in March of 2020, we were getting ready for our spring season. And, of course, I got laid off. Just like pretty much everybody got laid off. All the coaches, I believe, got laid off for the most part, at least that I know of. And they actually had to cut down staff. I know in our area, they had like multiple locations for like offices. They had to cut those down, obviously, to try to survive. And they did a great job surviving. And right now they're building back up. So it's funny, I got vaccinated, and I think it was June or July, maybe July. Now it's September. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna apply and see if I can get my job back. Obviously, I was not let go for any bad reason, right? It was because of the pandemic. So, they rehired me like within a week, which I'm so grateful for. Had a little mini training thing just to make sure I know what I'm doing, which was cool. And I worked for them for their summer season. Now we're getting ready for the fall season about to start. But I will say this: when I got let go, when I got what is it, laid off because of the pandemic, I was bummed. I really was, because I was like, man, this is just, to me personally, if you love kids and you love soccer, or even if you just love kids, it's like the perfect job. It really is. And the pay is good. I'm not gonna lie, the pay is good. They pay, I think, a little over $17 an hour. Not bad at all. Not the greatest, but there's opportunities to move up. As you're coaching, there's different levels of coaches, and you can make up, I think, you can increase your pay. So, but honestly, the pay, I don't really necessarily do it for the money. I do it because I enjoy it, and honestly, it's a great company. I really can't think of anything negative to say about the company. They're really well run. The people that are full-time employees that kind of organize everything, they're great. I mean, I haven't had any problems. You know, the training people, the coaching coordinators, they're all great. Um, just good people, you know, and you know, you could tell that I've worked for many different companies over the years, and you could tell, you know, when you're working for a company, you could tell when people are shady, when they're backstabbing you, and they're talking about you, and they're dogging you, right? You could tell all that. Like, you get that vibe, right? Soccer Shots, it's nothing but good vibes, and just a great company to work for again. The job is pretty easy. They have a curriculum that you have to follow to keep the kids engaged, which makes sense. I mean, 2 to 5 year olds, you got to keep them engaged, and you can't just go out in the field with them and just say, "Hey, dribble, shoot, pass, do this." You're not gonna keep them engaged. They're gonna be bored. They're gonna hate it, right? So you have to make it interesting, which I think their curriculum does a great job. Their curriculum is simple. It's not hard to memorize. You know, so you have to memorize it for each week, or they give you little cheat sheets too, so that helps a ton. But they're very accommodating, very, very good company. Again, nothing but good things to say about them. But yeah, I mean, that's really all. I just wanted to tell people, hey, if, you know, if you love kids, you love soccer, or again, just love kids, you know, or love soccer and want to work with kids, you know, check them out in your area. They might have job openings. I'm pretty sure they're rehiring. They're still rehiring in my area, and looking for new coaches. So definitely, definitely look into that. Once again, I just a good overall company. But if you have any questions below, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. And thank you for watching.